Let's take a look at the next drill in our freestyle series. And this drill is called the salute drill. We really like this drill because it really focuses on connection and the timing of the stroke. And here we're going to be using a couple different pieces of equipment. We're going to be using fins, we'll be using a snorkel, and one of our favorite tools, the Volo blades. Now in this drill here, what we're going to do is we're going to work on the connection. So by connection, we kind of mean as a recovery hand is coming up, when do we want to be able to start that catch hand? And ultimately that timing should be right about here as that hand's kind of starting to pass the between the shoulder and the head. We would actually like for this to be a little bit earlier, so kind of as that hand's approaching the shoulder, so that way then this arm here will get, fingertips will get down, and then we're going to get into that catch. However, this is still relatively good timing and probably a great place actually to start with. And then the drill isn't so much like catch up. Let's take a look at a couple things that we also look for in this drill. Here we look for just a nice steady kick. We look for the toes being pointed. We are having that here because the fins are on our athlete. A nice little moderate kick will be a good thing to have with this drill. Remember, we want to watch the legs, that we're not having too far of a knee drive or a knee bend in it. Just because if the knee bends a lot, then we're going to be moving the leg fast, but not necessarily moving very, very effectively. On that down kick here, we want to make sure that we're kicking a little forcefully down, kind of like you're kicking a ball. That way we know here then we have a good kick from the hip. So we back up a little bit. We're not going to worry so much about the breathing here. The snorkel is going to allow our athlete to just kind of keep the eyes on to the hands and kind of see what they're doing. We look for the recovery hand here to make an entry point right in front of the shoulder. And we have that here. And then we're going to engage the catch. We'll look at the catches toward the end as we look at the return view. And then we want to see just great rotation with extension. So here we're doing a great job of that. Another thing here you can kind of notice is that we like the recovery being wider. Kind of there's like a fly-esque to that. And then that really takes off any pressure on the shoulder and keeps actually the shoulder in a really, really good spot. So take a look at the other side. Again, we have that hand kind of coming up. And then again, this is better timing here. So kind of see here as the hands passing that shoulder and see how the fingertips here are starting to kind of come down. This is better timing on this side than the other side for our athlete. And remember, depending on how new some of these drills are, our athletes are going to be needing guidance from all of our coaches to be able to perform these drills to the best of their ability. So here we have a nice job of hand coming in and in front of the shoulder. And all we're going to do is just keep repeating this. So there's just a slight pause as that hand hits that shoulder. And then we should see the fingertips getting down, kind of like you're doing a modified salute. And then we see that same thing again. As we're going to look at the underwater view, just again, what we look for is the toes being pointed, which we have here because of the fins. Again, we want to watch for that knee bend. So here, that knee going up here, and then going downward. It's just like you're kind of kicking a ball. So kicking a little bit under the body is going to be okay when you're doing this drill, or freestyle kicking actually in general. And we've got a nice kick here from our athlete. So let's look at our return view here. So here again, we kind of see that pause right here. We're going to see that hand then come in front of the shoulder. Perfect. Hold and stretch, and you can kind of see while that stretch is happening, that rotation. Beautiful. Really, really nice work right here. And then here again, we're holding that other side. Notice that nice long width. And then boom, here coming in on top of that shoulder. Really driving nice and forward. And then here again, really nice job coming out with that rotation. And then we have a nice, relatively steady kick. We actually could have a little bit more of a kick here out of the legs, but overall this isn't too bad. So we're going to continue to move forward here. We're going to switch over to our underwater view, and we're just going to want to take a look at what's happening under the water. So taking a look here at this arm, here we see just a little bit of an out sweep by our athlete. So what we want to have is this power triangle, and this is something that we kind of talk about in all that's present in all of our strokes, but we really want to make sure that we're having this. So here, this will be a great kind of opportunity to bring the hands closer to the body. Ultimately, you want that hand to be actually more here where the edge of the line is. So that way the hand's directly under the shoulder, then the elbow here will be up nice and high. And then when we grab the water, then we can really kind of push that then here through to the hip. So we'll back up one stroke to take a look at this side. Now here, a little bit of an out sweep, not as much as the other side. So just again, remember, as we're doing our check here, we want to again have that power triangle. So we want to see those hands here be a little bit more under the shoulder, so that way we can get that triangle, really forcefully grab that water and then push it back here to the hip as we're then traveling through the water. So overall, remember, athletes are going to be able to do these drills a little bit differently, just based on their experiences and how they feel the water. Remember, we have to make sure that we're giving our athletes that feedback so that way they can do the drills to the best of their abilities. Overall, if you found value, be sure to drop a like and subscribe.